Welcome to Yoga Zone. I'm Jennifer Moniz, and joining me today is Senior Yoga Zone instructor Jean Kerner. We're here in beautiful Jamaica at the Grand Lido Sans Souci. The key to a healthy back is the ability to experience movement in all directions. Our spine is meant not only to bend forward and backward, but also it's meant to twist. So in today's class, we're going to take this opportunity to twist our body mindfully, consciously using our breath and exploring our range of motion. So let's get started. Ready, Jean? Good. We're going to start in mountain pose, Tadasana. Come to the front of your mat if you're not there already, and then flatten your feet along your mat. So lift your toes and spread them wide, and then press the balls and heels of your feet down into the ground, and then layer and lower your toes down as well. Feel energy through your legs, a drawing upward sensation, your belly firm and your lower back long, so your tailbone tucks a little bit down. Now your chest lifts, your shoulders open, and they drop down and away from your ears, so your neck is long, and the crown of your head is just lifting up to the ceiling. Wonderful. Now we're starting with proper posture. From here, we're going to go into chair pose. So inhale and bend your knees. Bring your arms forward and up right in front of you and hold. Now what's very important in this pose is that you're using the strength and the power in your legs and in your midsection to support you. And from here now you can start to lengthen your spine. You actually feel your ribs lifting away from your hips. This sense of strength is going to take us now into some twisting movements. So get ready, Jean. We're going to take our hands into a prayer. And we're going to slowly twist to the left. Just a gentle little rotation. Good. Hold here and breathe. We'll watch Jean on this one. I don't want you to force or strain in this pose. We're exploring how to use our breath to take us consciously into this twist. With each exhale, Jean gently rotates around to the left. But her lower body is strong, and that's very important. Her inner thighs are drawing together, her abdominal muscles are firm, and her low back is supporting her. Great, Jean. Let's come back to center, and we'll try the other side. So slowly twisting to the right. Remember, it's a subtle movement, but you want to feel how you use each exhale to take you a little more deeply into the twist. The rotation should be in the upper part of the spine, not through the hips and through the midsection. Wonderful. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's come back to center. Bring the arms straight up into the air. Open the palms, straighten your legs, and then dive forward into a forward bend. Take your arms out to the side and slowly come down. Very nice. We'll watch Jean again in this one. Forward bends are a great way to release through the spine. So bend your knees as much as you need. Let your belly just rest onto your thighs. Good. Feel how your spine now gets to extend in this forward bend and lengthen. It's a good release, especially having twisted from both sides. Press your feet down, feel your legs active, and just release forward. Great. From here, bend your knees slightly, put your fingertips onto the floor, and step your left foot back, and flatten your heel down into the mat. Take a moment to check that the back toes are faced slightly forward. We're going to come into a triangle forward bend. So ground through your front foot. Jeannie will come all the way up to stand. Squeeze your inner thighs together, come all the way up. Nice. Take your hands now behind your back and hold on to your elbows. Check that both hip bones are faced forward towards the front of your mat. And then inhale, coming into a gentle back bend. Open your chest, breathe here, and exhale, extend forward and down, lengthening the spine with control. Good. Again, inhale, coming forward and up, grounding through the feet, opening the chest, and exhale, extending forward. One last time, breathing in, coming up, feeling how the muscles in the back support you in this movement, and exhale, lowering down. Very nice. From here, bend your front knee and release your hands down to the floor. Great. Keep your front knee as bent as deeply as you need and gently take your right hand onto your lower back. Good. We're going to come into another twist. So inhale, lengthen your breastbone forward, and exhale, start to rotate to the right. Good. Good. Remember, this movement is subtle. I don't want you to force or strain. You'll see that Jean's hips are both facing forward. Her inner thighs are drawing together and her abdominals are securing her in the stance. And now she can gently start to twist the middle and upper part of her back. But she's using her breath, and with conscious awareness, she's moving into the twist. Nice, Jeannie. Let's release the hand down and we'll change sides. So step the back foot up and step the other foot back. Take a moment to ground through the feet. Check that the back toes are faced slightly forward, and then press through the feet. Use your legs to come all the way up to stand. Wonderful. From here, take the hands behind your back. As you breathe in, open your chest, lift your breastbone. And as you breathe out, extend forward. We're releasing after that twist in a forward bend. Again, inhaling, coming up, power through the legs, slowly lifting the breastbone and arching. And exhale, extending forward, just doing the best you can to keep the spine long. One more time, inhaling and coming up. And exhale, using the breath to slowly lower you down. Good. Bend the front knee, take the hands down onto the ground. Bend it as much as you need and cup the fingertips there. From here, coming into a gentle twist, take your left hand onto your low back. Good. Inhale, lift your breastbone forward, and exhale, start to rotate to the left. Again, very important to use your breath and go slowly. Throughout our day, we may unconsciously twist quickly and hurt our lower back or cause tension or tightness, but here, in a controlled way, we're just exploring our range of motion. So as you ground through the feet, follow your breath and feel your ribs lifting away from your hips and then gently rotating. Very nice, Jean. Slowly begin to release. Both hands come down to the ground. Pivot your toes around for fan pose. So turn your feet and check for a moment that they're lined up. The outer edges of the feet are lined up with the mat and the hands are directly in front of your face. Take your right hand now onto the lower back and gently rotate to the right. Again, with control, using the breath to guide you over to the side. Inhale, lengthen the breastbone forward. Exhale, twisting a little more deeply. Great. Release that hand, lower yourself back down. And now take your left hand onto the low back. Inhale, lengthening the breastbone forward. And again, exhale, rotating around to the side. Nice. One more breath in, lengthen and extend. And as you breathe out, enjoy that twist, releasing the tension from your back. From here, lower the hand to the ground. Walk your feet back together. Slowly come to roll and stand up. Very nice. Come to face forward to the front of your mat. From Tadasana, let's move back into chair pose, coming into a twist. So as you breathe in, bend your knees deeply. Bring your arms around and forward. That's it. As you breathe out, take your hands into a prayer. This time we're going to rotate a little more fully than we did before, so just do the best you can. Slowly take your right elbow across your legs, and if you can, latch it on to your knee. We'll watch Jean again in this one. She's making sure that her hips are stayed facing forward so that her low back is long, her abdominals are engaged. And now from here, she uses her breath, especially the exhale, to help her deepen into the twist. But again, she's listening to her body and moving consciously, not just forcing or cranking into the pose, but lengthening her ribs away from her hips and twisting. Beautiful, Jean. Inhale, let's come back to center. And exhale, twisting to the other side. Good. Bending down and rotating. Very nice. Use your breath, ground through your feet. And each time you exhale, feel how you move a little deeper. But we're exploring here. Notice your range of motion. Maybe one side is a little tighter than the other, and that's okay. Just do the best that you can here. Don't force or strain, but gently start to release that tension and tightness that does lock through the back. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Bring your arms forward. And exhale, stand nice and tall, Jean, and release the arms down by your side. Great. Let's come into a gentle back bend to release out a bit. So take your hands onto your low back, and you can let your fingers face down. Take a moment to draw your elbows back so your chest is now open and your breastbone is lifted. As you inhale, lift your chest, press your feet down, and when you breathe out, maybe you move a little more deeply into the pose. Good. Holding. Feel lifting and lengthening at the same time. A lot of strength through the lower body to support you here in a gentle back bend. Good. Inhale and exhale. Come to stand up tall, but now just interlace your fingers at your lower back, binding your hands. Inhale again, lift your breastbone, and exhale, we'll release in a forward bend, bending your knees slightly and coming all the way over. You can keep your hands together interlaced and press the palms together as best you can. Now, I don't want you to worry so much about making your fingertips go towards the floor. Jean's pretty open here, so she has more range. Even if your arms are just lengthening up to the ceiling, that's great too, because you're opening through the chest and you're able to breathe more fully. Just releasing out in a forward bend, having done a back bend. Good. Nice, Jean. From here, take your hands down to the ground. Place them on either side of your foot and bend your knees. Take a step back with your left foot into a lunge. Good. Let's drop the back knee down to the ground and take both hands onto your front knee. Gonna come into reverse right angle. So as you breathe in, take your left arm up into the air. And as you breathe out, take the elbow across the knee. Good. You're gonna place both palms together into your heart center. Soften your shoulders away from your ears and lengthen through your neck. Okay, we're starting to take that twist again. Feel both hips squared and facing forward, but feel how you gently start to rotate through the middle and upper part of your back. It's important that you feel length in your spine as you do this, and then you use your breath to move deeper into the rotation. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Let's release our hands down to the ground, Jean. Step back into down dog. Bring one foot back and then the other. Now you're able to lengthen your spine and release out after that twist. Good. Flattening your hands as best you can, feeling length through the arms. Your chest is working back towards your thighs and your hips are lifting up into the air. Feel your heels drawing back towards the back of your mat. But remember, if they don't touch, that's okay. Any bend in the knee that you need to do in order to release through the backs of the legs is a wonderful modification for this pose. Just enjoy it and breathe. Terrific. From here, lower down onto your knees. We're gonna do the other side. So let's step the left foot forward in between our hands. Bring both hands onto the front knee. Good. As you inhale, bring the right arm up into the air, extend it and lengthen it. And as you breathe out, take the elbow across the knee and come to twist on the other side. Good. Press both palms together into the heart and gently start to rotate. Now it's important here that your knee is over your ankle. And if you feel wobbly in any way, make sure you put equal pressure down on that front foot so that you start to gently rotate with a strong base of support. Feel the ribs lengthening away from the hips, and as you exhale, you're consciously twisting, observing your body and exploring your range of motion. Good. One more breath in, and exhale, releasing, taking the hands down to the ground. Let's step back into down dog again, lengthening out through the back. So nice in these twisting poses to have the opportunity to come back to down dog and lengthen through your spine. Great. Bend your knees as much as you need and feel how your sit bones project up into the air. Good. Lift the breastbone forward slightly because that's also going to help you extend in the pose. From here, lower your knees down to the ground. So Jean, we're gonna come into a pose called Old Dog. I want you to walk your hands out in front of you. We're not going to lower our chest all the way to the floor this time, though. Just take your right hand and slide it underneath your left armpit. Good. Don't move into your fullest extension, but just feel how you use your breath to gently release in another twist. This one's nice, though, because we're supported by the floor. Inhaling and exhaling, rotating. Good. Come on, back up and out of that. Should feel pretty good. And let's try the other side. Sliding the other arm under and twisting the other way. Taking a couple of breaths right here. Breathing in and exhale again, rotating more deeply. Very nice. Slowly come back up and let's come and sit onto our heels. Bring your seat back and down. From here, let's come into bound angular. We'll sit down on our mats. I want you to take your knees out to the side and let the soles of your feet come together. Good. Bring your hands now in front of your shins, and you can press your wrist along the shin, and that should help you sit up nice and tall in the pose. Good. Jean, from here, we're going to come into a little rotation. So as you breathe in, lift your breastbone up into the air, and as you exhale, gently rotate to the left. Nice. Use your breath and twist with conscious awareness. Don't force or strain, but just gently guide your torso around to the left. Inhale, coming back to center, and twisting to the other side as you exhale. Great. So both hips and sitting bones are pressing down, and you lengthen your spine and rotate more deeply to the right. Inhaling, and exhale, come back to center. Let's release forward now, letting your spine round and release. So slowly come down. You'll watch Jean if you need, just to round out your spine and enjoy your breath. From here, come all the way back up, and we'll come to a cross-legged seat. Line up your heels, bring the backs of the hands onto the knees, bring your thumb and your first finger together, sit up nice and tall and close your eyes. Enjoy your breath and this new sense of length through your spine. We've been experiencing movement in all directions, taking the time to twist with conscious awareness. Practice these movements to develop strength in your back so that you feel safe and healthy through all the activities that you do in your life. Namaste.
Welcome to Yoga Zone. My name is Douglas, and this is Suzanne, another senior teacher. We're here at the Grand Lido Sans Souci in beautiful Jamaica. You know, your spine is like a highway of information, carrying information from your body to your brain and from your brain back to your body. And sometimes that highway can get jammed, making you feel stuck or rigid. So you want to make sure that your spine is nice and strong and flexible. Well, we put together some postures today that will ease the tension away from your spine to help you bring some spontaneity and creativity back to your life. We're starting in an easy seat, one heel in front of the next. Bring your fingers in front of your knees. Find a nice, long, easy seat here with your spine lengthening. Feel your sit bones reaching down into the floor. Feel your neck long behind you by bringing your chin toward your collarbone. Already you're beginning to stretch the spine, breathing into each of the vertebrae. That's it. As you inhale, lift your right arm up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, take your right hand behind you, twisting. Inhaling, the spine goes nice and long. And as you exhale, you can increase the twist, taking your gaze to the wall behind you. You want to make sure that your base, your hips, are nice and secure in the floor. The thoracic spine, your center spine, has more range than the lower spine. And of course, your neck has the greatest range, so you can increase the twist there. Be mindful to use your breath. It's beautiful, Suzanne. As you inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, turn your torso right back to the front. It's nice. Let's do the other side. As you inhale, lift the left arm up. And as you exhale, twisting to the other side, keeping a nice, secure base. Long breaths in to increase the length of your spine. And as you exhale, you can twist all the way around, using the breath as fuel. Beautiful. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your torso right back to the front. Fingers come in front of you, in front of your knees. Lengthen through the spine, long breath in, and as you exhale, just move forward into potted palm. You want to draw your shoulders back and your chin moving to your collarbone. It's important here to keep your sit bones reaching into the floor as the crown of your head lengthens in the opposite direction. You're interested in opening the vertebrae, stretching the space between your vertebrae as you breathe. Beautiful. Not so much about range and collapsing the spine, but lengthening through, moving the breastbone forward and up. That's nice. As you inhale, lift your breastbone a little bit more to the ceiling. And as you exhale, you can thread your torso forward onto all fours, or you can swing your legs around to come onto all fours. You want to bring your palms directly under your shoulders. There. Spread your fingers wide. Open your knees so that they're hip-width apart and feel your toes into the floor. Now we're going to use the breath to undulate the spine in upward cat and downward cat. As you inhale, take your breastbone up toward the ceiling, lifting your sit bones, and your gaze goes up. And as you exhale, press the tops of your feet and your shins into the floor, moving the spine higher up toward the ceiling. That's nice. Let's do another round. Inhaling, the heart opens, lifting the breastbone up. And as you exhale, feel the belly moving the spine right up toward the ceiling. Inhaling, opening up. And as you exhale, press back to extended seal. You're sitting all the way on your heels with your fingers reaching forward. That's nice. Now you're reaching so far forward that your elbows are off the floor, and you want to feel a nice connection with your sit bones against your heels. Beautiful. Lengthen your spine, breathe into the spine. It's a nice stretch here to feel the length. Beautiful, Suzanne. Inhaling, and as you inhale, roll up to sitting. Now you're just coming to sitting on your sit bones. You can kind of drag your hands up along your mat. Bring your hands to your feet. You can hang on to your heels with your hands. As you inhale, lift your breastbone up toward the ceiling, taking your gaze up. And as you exhale, fold all the way down, leading with your belly onto your thighs, your chest onto your knees, and your forehead onto the mat. Rolling up by tucking your tailbone between your cheeks, articulating each of the vertebrae in your back. Each of the vertebrae, that's nice. Opening up, opening with your sternum lifting. And as you exhale, lay your belly right on your thighs, your chest onto your knees, and your forehead onto the mat. Let's connect that with a nice breath. Inhaling, rolling up. Exhaling, folding down. That's nice. Really getting that highway of information free of tension. As you inhale, come into upward facing cat. And as you exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Tailbone lifts. Right. Obviously, you can feel that stretch in the vertebrae, opening up this back. You can bend your knees a little bit so that your belly comes onto your thighs, so that the stretch isn't in the hamstrings primarily, but in the spine where we're focusing today. You want that spine nice and long. Deepen the breath. Feel your rib cage opening to the side as you breathe in and out. You'll have to use your visualization or your imagination sometimes in yoga to allow the spine to lengthen. Inhaling, looking up between your hands. And as you exhale, walk your feet to your hands so that your toes touch and your ankles are slightly apart. Inhale, rise to your fingertips or bring your hands to your shins. And as you exhale, fold all the way down. As you inhale, come into bound chair. You're sitting deep into a little chair. Knees are touching, balls of your toes are touching, and your palms touch just in front of your face. Shoulders are down. Find the length here in your back. Inhale, and as you exhale, twist to your right. You're going to bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. If that's a bit much for you, then bring your palm to your knee and your hand, your back hand to your back. Twisting and staying here for 2 breaths. That's nice. You want to find the length of your spine in a twist. First, as you're inhaling, and as you're exhaling, you can increase the twist. Nice. Your gaze goes right up toward the ceiling. Beautiful. As you inhale, come back to bound chair. Opening. And as you exhale, twist to the other side, letting the breath twist the spine. It's as if you're wringing the spine out, freeing it from tension, knots, and blocks. That's nice. In this posture, you want to make sure that your knees stay touching. It's a gauge for the lower back. If your knees are out of alignment, it means that your lower back is torquing out of alignment. You don't want that to happen. As you inhale, come all the way up to bound chair. And as you exhale, all the way up to bound chair, all the way up to standing. And as you exhale, dive all the way down. As you inhale, rise to your fingertips. And as you exhale, fold all the way down. Inhaling, opening your arms out east and west, drawing your torso up, palms touching. And as you exhale, namaste, hands come in front of your heart. Beautiful. Open your left foot back. Lower down with your palms onto the floor just in front of your face. Inhaling, taking your right arm up toward the ceiling, twisting the spine. Exhaling, lowering that arm down to the floor. Inhaling, lifting up, keeping the squareness in your hips. Exhaling, bringing that palm all the way down to the floor. Inhaling, opening the right arm. Nice, Suzanne, using the breath to twist. Suzanne, come up to standing. Step to the front of your mat. And then ease yourself down to sitting. We're coming into potted palm. So bring one heel in front of the next so that both heels line up right through the center line of your body. You can reach back and open up the flesh away from your sit bones so that you feel your sit bones like roots. You can use that imagery. Feel them like roots reaching down into the earth, feeling yourself nice and secure in the posture. Bring your fingertips to the floor just in front of each of your knees. That's it. Now, soften your knees down. Just let your knees relax down if they can. You want to feel that connection with your sit bones down into the floor. And then the spine lengthens right up. You're moving your chin toward your collarbone so that the back of your neck finds length. There you go. You're clearing that passageway by bringing your awareness right into the spine, opening it up. You know, most of us want to slump back a little bit, causing the spine to round. Notice when that happens in your living, in your life. And then see what happens if you bring your breastbone forward and let your shoulders drop back. With that sense of awareness, you can open your hips, bring your palms to your hips so that your fingers press back and down. You can use that to feel the security in your hips and to also to create a thrust in your torso so that the vertebrae move forward. Your chin moves toward your collarbone as your shoulders drop. It's nice. You feel that length in your back? If you feel secure there, you can bring your fingertips forward on a nice inhalation, opening the body. And as you exhale, you can move your spine closer to the floor, but only with that awareness of lengthening, strengthening. Try not to let your spine round. If you're rounding, you've gone too far. You want to lengthen your breastbone right up again and let your shoulders drop back. That's nice, Suzanne. Beautiful length through the spine. You can send lots of breath into the space between each of the vertebrae. As you inhale, draw all the way up to sitting. Use the breath to bring you up. So beautiful. And then lengthen your legs out into Dandasana. That's a posture where we have our legs long, the balls of your toes touching, and the little toes drawn back toward your navel. It's as if you're stepping on the brakes and the gas pedal of your car. You're pressing through the balls of your feet. Bring your hands to your sides with your fingers spread wide. Now, feel your sit bones reaching into the floor, shoulders dropping, chin moving to your collarbone so that the back of your neck is long. If you're feeling a little slumping in your torso, it's okay. Just bend your knees a little bit and see if you can come right on top of your sit bones. Beautiful. Stay right here and feel your breath moving in the spine. That's it. And now bend your knees and bring your feet flat onto the floor. You know, your back is supported by your abdominal muscles, and so you want to bring some awareness to that area too. We're going to go into boat pose. With your feet flat on the floor and your palms pressing down onto the floor, ease your torso back. That's it. You feel the belly? I'm sure you do. I do. That's nice. If your breath is nice and long, even, not choppy, then you can lengthen your legs out, lift them off the floor about 4 inches off. Feel the stretch through the abdomen. Tuck your tailbone between your cheeks to help protect your back and stay right there. Both versions are working on your abdominals. 20 breaths. Just kidding, inhale. And as you exhale, lower all the way down into corpse pose. You deserve that. Let your body relax. Feel your spine settling on the floor. Now, don't try to get rid of the curves here. You want those curves. You don't want to flatten them out, nor do you want to exaggerate their curves, but you want to feel them nice and even. Beautiful. Draw your knees into your chest and bring your hands to your shins. You want to feel the pressure of your hands on your shins so that your knees can fall deeper toward your chest and your back gets a chance to lengthen out. Use your breath. You can actually now feel your breath moving your back against the floor, lengthening the spine, lengthening the vertebrae, letting go of those knots of tension that have collected along the spinal column. You can even rock from side to side so that the tension eases out of the back. It's beautiful, nice. Bring your feet flat onto the floor and then lift your hips up toward the ceiling for bridge. That's it. Clasp your hands underneath your buttocks and work your upper arms into one another so that your elbows are nearly touching. You want to bring your spine, the center spine, toward your breastbone. It's moving actually toward the back of the room, and your feet are secure in the floor. That's it. Lifting your tailbone right up toward the ceiling between your cheeks. Use your breath here and give your spine a nice stretch. It's like a back bend, a gentle back bend, easing the tension away from your spine. Stay for 2 more breaths. There you go. As you inhale, rise to your toes. Release your hands and lay your spine down slowly, 1 vertebra at a time, slowly down. See if you can feel that articulation in the back. You start to bring your awareness right into each of the vertebrae. It's very important. Hug your knees into your chest and open your legs out so that your knees fall into your armpits. We're moving into dead bug. You can flex your feet and knees so that the soles of your feet are up toward the ceiling. Coaxing your knees deeper into your armpits so that your hips now get a chance to participate in the stretching of your spine. It's nice. Use your breath. Beautiful, Suzanne. Hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms out to the sides so that your palms are facing down. Inhale, and as you exhale, let your knees fall to the right side of your body, twisting the spine, wringing the spine free of knots and blocks. Inhaling, and as you inhale, the knees go right back to the center, and as you exhale, let your knees fall to the left side of your body. Inhaling, the knees come back to the center, and as you exhale, let your knees fall to the other side, to the right side. Draw your knees into your chest and roll up to sitting. Let's come into bound angular, the soles of your feet touching. And you want to extend your feet away from your groin, maybe about 1.5 feet or so. Bring your hands to your shins. Open up the flesh away from your sit bones if you haven't done that. And then bring your hands back. Feeling a nice security in your back through your sit bones. As you inhale, take your breastbone up toward your ceiling, sending your sit bones back. And as you exhale, move your navel to your spine and press your spine against the wall behind you. Your head will tuck between your shoulders, tailbone tucks between your cheeks. Inhaling, bringing your breastbone forward, sit bones moving back. And as you exhale, pressing the navel into your spine, and the spine moves back. Just another undulation to open up that passageway. Inhaling. Use the breath. Exhaling. Freeing the spine. Inhale, opening up. That's it. That's nice, Suzanne. Come into a nice, easy seat with one heel in front of the next. You can open up the flesh away from your sit bones if you haven't. Bring your hands in front of you so that your hands are on your knees. The backs of your hands are on your knees with your thumbs touching your forefingers. Feel your spine nice and long. Now, we've cleared the tension away from your spine by using undulations and twists. I want you to take what you've discovered today in your class and move it into your life so that you are feeling free, spontaneous, and creative. Thank you for practicing with us. If you need more information, log on to the website. My name is Douglas. Join us again at Yoga Zone.